Hello folks, back at it again with another Sakuraco box. Why is that so hard to say? This month, the month of April 2022, the theme is Sakura Festival. Once again, I must say, if you have not watched the March one, I'm not sponsored. I'm just doing this out of, I don't know, boredom. I like sharing, and maybe you'll find something that you might want to try. I don't know. Personal reasons as to why I chose Sakuraco over Bokksu and all the other boxes that are out there are in the description below, so you can read there. I want to keep these relatively short. This time the box came with a little plate, bowl. I don't know if it's like a steep plate or a tiny bowl, so I'm just gonna call it a plate bowl. But it's really cute. It has a bunch of sakura blossoms. Apparently it comes from the Gifu prefecture. And here is this month's card. Starting out with the apple cookies. The texture was, if you've ever had a German Christmas cookie, they're called Mürbeteig cookies. If you ever had one of those, it's kind of grainy. It wasn't bad, and it had a hint of apple. It wasn't overwhelming. It was a nice cookie. The apple bun smelled like a chocolate croissant. You know, those you can just buy at the store, that buttery Pillsbury outer layer. It just smelled so much like chocolate croissant. When you bit into it, the texture was all of a sudden really cold, like a refreshing, pleasant cold. Because the jam wasn't like liquidy jam, it was more like a sheet of jam. Felt cold when you bit into it, and it wasn't unpleasant. It was kind of sweet. You got used to it as you ate it more, and it was really one of my favorites. It was really good. Then we have the Sakura wafer. I am gonna be honest, I was surprised by the cream inside because I forgot to read the description for the item. Smooth, cherry blossom flavored cream is sandwiched by Sakura themed crispy wafers. Not too sweet, these wafers perfectly suit a cup of tea. And they're kind of right. The cookie does have a taste in itself. I'm not sure how to describe it. Honestly, it had like a eggy flavor. Like a crispy egg. It's not a bad wafer, and you kind of can't taste the Sakura cream inside. Like, you get the texture of the cream but not really the flavor because it's not really intense, but I can definitely see it accompanied by a cup of tea. Next up, the Sakura Daifuku. Kumamoto-based maker Kimura boasts over 60 years of experience in making treats, and this incredibly smooth Daifuku is a testimony to that. Moist anko bean paste is wrapped in amazingly soft sakura flavored and colored mochi. So first up, when you hold these, when you take them out of the package, they're so adorable. They feel like little baby bunnies or something like equally furry and soft and cute, snuggly. They're so soft and cute. These things are so adorably soft. I just want to mush them. Oh my god. They're so cute. Does taste very intense sakura flavor. The inside, the bean paste, again, just if you're not used to it, it takes some getting used to. They're also really so sweet that you can only maybe eat one at a time, you know, not like several, like nom nom nom. I did put one of these bad boys in the freezer. For me personally, it tasted 100% better frozen because I'm a fan of, I love mochi ice cream, chocolate mochi or vanilla mochi ice cream, but I don't like mochi that isn't frozen or doesn't have an ice cream center. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna put it in the freezer, and yeah, it tasted so much better. It wasn't as soft, which, I mean, it's kind of the point, I guess, to make it less squishy in your mouth. So I'm just gonna put all of them in the freezer and eat them that way. The Sakura green tea. It's green tea with a hint of sakura. What else can I say? This one was a little bit more bitter, I guess, thanks to the cherry blossom. I keep calling it senbai. It's senbei, isn't it? The Sakura senbei. It's a waffle, but it looks pretty. The milk manju. Really soft and doughy, like the package inside was moist. And again, the paste filling takes some getting used to. Very sweet. The inside is almost airy and cool and like a sweet milk flavor, and the outside bun actually melted on your tongue. It wasn't unpleasant in small doses. Like again, it's something you can't just gobble up. You have to take it in small steps, baby steps. What I did is cut it up into little pieces that resemble little miniature cheesecakes and ate it that way. Then we have the Sakura Kanten. So sticky. The edible wrapper was like, it's wrapped in edible oblate, and I don't know, it was okay. It's just not, it had a hint of sakura, but mostly you just had that jelly flavor in your mouth. Like, it wasn't really jiggly, but it wasn't hard candy either. It was like a mix of the two. So I feel like this is also one of those things you would probably be better off eating with a cup of tea. Then we have the Sakura manju. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, this one was unexpectedly one of my favorites. The salt pickled cherry blossoms worked into its dough give this manju a mildly salty taste, perfectly offsetting the sweet bean paste it contains. And oh my god, when you open it, look at it. Isn't this the most perfect little bunny you've ever seen? It's so cute. Normally the bean paste flavor that I've come to expect, or the texture, is sweet mashed potato in your mouth. I do prefer crispy snacks over like paste and jelly. But here we go. Excuse me! I apologize. Wow, this isn't bad at all. This is unlike any other manju or, bean paste, like combination bread that I have ever tasted so far, which is 2 boxes. It doesn't have that overwhelming oh god. It doesn't have that overwhelming like mashed potatoiness to it as a texture. It's really, really smooth and fine, like a fine sand, Not sand, but the texture. It's not coarse. So it really just melts, and I prefer this over every other manju. And the taste, it's really good. It's good. You can really taste the sakura, and it's not too sweet. It's the perfect amount of sweetness. I can actually eat the whole thing right now. With the other manju, I have to wait in between because they're just so overwhelmingly sweet. The Sakura Kuzumochi. A whole pickled sakura blossom is enclosed in this beautifully presented and refreshing kuzumochi. I think my live reaction speaks more than I could possibly say. Jelly! The jelly texture geht mir nicht ab. Ugh. I'm just gonna say it again if I haven't said it before. I just am not a fan of jelly. I hate jelly. I don't like eating jello. I will eat pudding, but jelly or anything like gelatin based ish, like wobbly, can't do it. The flavor was really sweet. Just sweet. When you hear, pickled sakura blossom, you kind of tend to think pickled as in pickles, but it wasn't sour or anything at all. It was sweet. And again, sakura jelly filled with sakura petals. It's jelly. I'm personally not a fan of jelly, but if you are, then this might be for you. This one tasted just like the other sakura jelly that I had in the March package. Just really intense cherry flavor, but not like an American. It's not sugar blasted cherry, it's cherry. As I was leafing through the booklet this time, I recognized my town, boys. Not my town. I've never been to Japan and I've never lived in Japan, but I recognize this village anywhere. It's the real life equivalent of Hinamizawa from one of my favorite animes, which is Higurashi no Nakukoro ni, if you have never watched it. It is a horror anime, so be warned, but it's one of my favorites. The chili arare. Definite 100% already know it S tier. Here's my live reaction to it. They smell delicious. A little bit fishy, shrimpy, but it's hot chili oil, chopped spring onions, spicy. You see, you telling me spicy. Let's see. Okay, this is the bomb. I love this. This is good. It's not it's not spicy, but that's coming from someone who eats a lot of spicy food. I love spicy food. So this is like, my taste buds are already dead, already immune to heat. It's not spicy, but it's good. It's a good blend of the onion. Okay, I want more of these. And then we have the ume adare. And they don't smell like anything, so let's see. Oh, nah! Didn't expect that. Like biting into a rice cracker, like crispy, airy, fluffy. And then you get that hint of sour as like an aftertaste right before you swallow, and it's like, ooh! It's like a little surprise, like, ooh! Ume! With the ume crackers, you really need to like lick them inside your mouth, you know, let your tongue caress them. Why am I saying it like that? But, you know, you gotta lick off that coating, that dusting, to get a real sense of flavor and get like a little bit of sourness before you swallow. Then we have the senbei boat. And sadly, the boat broke during transport. The boat is a waffle texture with some parsley or whatever, like some spice thrown in. Like it's a savory waffle. And each of the different colors has a different flavor. And I did not eat the shrimp looking one because I'm not a fan of shrimp. So I left that one undiscovered. I think I can live without that. The entirely green one, I did not expect. Yeah, the entirely green one, without sniffing it, because I didn't want to spoil anything, was wasabi flavored. And I put half of the chip in my mouth. Oh god. The brown and white one was, I don't know what it was, but it felt more like a smoky rice flavor. The entirely pink one didn't really taste like anything. There was a lightish pink one that almost tasted like a ketchup chip. Then there was a white one with a bunch of red and green sprinkles in, which almost tasted like a salmon or tuna burger. Then there was a cracker with like yellowish bits in that tasted almost like soy, like fried rice with soy sauce. Soy sauce. Soy sauce. That's still one of my problem words. But yeah, soy sauce. The green one tasted like a mix of cauliflower and broccoli. The sesame one tasted like sesame. Duh. That's it for the April 2022 box. Again, all of this just for the lulz. I'm not sponsored. I'm not trying to sell you their box. I'm just reporting on what I see inside mine. I'm just recording all this stuff because I have fun doing it. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day, good night, whatever it may be, and goodbye.